I'm here to tell you you're wrong.
All wrong.
Hey y'all, I'm Haley.
And I'm Ryan.
And we are in the Brewing Happiness Test Kitchen, and today we're talking about nuts and seeds and how to store them.
Yes, we are.
I think most people store their nuts and seeds just in the pantry. That's how I grew up doing it. That's how my mom did it.
I've done it plenty myself.
Mom, you're wrong. Fact of the matter is that's probably not the way to...
It's not the best way.
Not the best way. They can spoil a lot sooner. They go rancid. So really the optimal way to store them would be the freezer.
Freezer is the best.
Coldest of the cold. In the freezer, your nuts and seeds can stay good for, people say different things, but somewhere between 1 to 2 years. It's
Yeah.
a very long time for them to stay good. The runner-up for that is the fridge.
That's where we store them because
We use a lot of them, and because our freezer is packed.
It's kind of full.
Stuff. So in the fridge, they're gonna stay good for somewhere between 6 months to a year. Let's talk about the other things that can make nuts and seeds go rancid, which is light and heat.
Yeah.
So we're storing these in airtight jars, which is good. Everything that you're storing it in needs to be airtight and clean, obviously. We are storing them in clear jars. We go through these quickly enough that that's fine. If you don't go through your nuts and seeds very quickly, another way to preserve the life of them or to stretch the life is to put them in like an amber colored jar.
Yeah. If you can't keep them in the fridge, if you have some dark jars, that's the best way to do it at room temperature.
If you're gonna store them at room temperature, you want to put them like in a pantry where you can close a door and it doesn't get exposed to natural light. It's not near your oven or something where it would get exposed to heat.
Yeah, and depending on where you live, if the time of year that you're in, maybe store a little fewer amount.
Yeah.
If it's the summertime and it's real hot, or if you're in the winter and it's kind of cool in your house.
So we want to talk about how you know if something goes rancid. And the two ways to tell is by smell and by taste. Essentially, if something smells or tastes off, like nuts should either smell like nothing or like nuts. If they smell like anything else, like slightly sour, slightly bitter, they're rancid. If you taste it and it doesn't quite taste right, it's probably rancid. You can trust your instincts on this. You're probably gonna be right.
I think there's one other thing to mention also. Nuts and seeds are kind of porous in a sense that they'll absorb flavors and things. So if you are keeping them in the fridge and maybe you're not using the most airtight container and you have some onions or garlic chopped up in there, it is possible for them to absorb that kind of flavor.
So that's how to keep your nuts and seeds good for a very long time. All right, I feel like we did our job today.
That's great. I like that.
Till next time, I'm Haley.
And I'm Ryan.
And we're
Making healthy happen.